So, a word on mods. I got pickup spools coming, obviously super handy. This reflector here, I'm going to remove this here, remove this whole section, and basically bolt this straight in there. Hopefully, that should work. I've done it on other bikes like the Moto Guzzi before. This is coming off, just don't like it, especially when I put the comfort seat on, which has got some nice coloured branding here. So you want that visible, otherwise why bother having it? That'll still leave these handles anyway for any passenger, which is quite unlikely, but it's there. This is only really to help you move it around, which bike's not light, but not really a problem for me. So like I said, comfort seat coming. I've got a little tank pad just in case any rubbing on the tank's going to go in there. Also got the knee grip tank pads here. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them on. I've got the black brace, but I've got a brown one coming to match the comfort seat. Got a TFT screen protector I've got to put on. Engine crash covers to go on here, just the small ones. They've got to go on. Rad guard's got to go on. I was going to replace the horn, but it's actually quite loud, so I'm not going to bother. I had a Oxford Fox foghorn for that one. Not going to change that. Not for now anyway. Sump guard's got to go on. Apparently got to cut an Allen key down to do that, so I don't have to remove the exhaust. That may have to wait for the pickup spool so I can get up on the stand, just to give me a bit more room to play with. Got a little fly screen coming, which apparently clamps on to the forks here, so see how that goes. Not sure if I've got the headlight grille. Not sure if I'm going to put that on. Not 100% sort of sure on that. I want to see the headlight at night first before I start reducing any more visibility. What else have I got? That's mostly it. I am considering the touring mirrors. Those are great in the fact that they'll be cheap to replace, but I'm not really planning on dropping the bike. Who does? But it does happen. I'm not convinced that they'll give me more visibility, so I'm not sure I can they seem to be around $200. I'm not sure I want to spend that. I don't think it's really going to make a lot of difference. A bit more adjustable, billet, but you know, that really matter? Not sure. So unconvinced about that. What else? Battery tender plug's got to go on. I've bookmarked panniers and rails. I'm not sure they're going to go on unless I can actually see myself doing some touring, which 6 days home a month, I can't see that happening in a hurry. Yeah, super impressed. She only takes 91. That's lovely. Well, here we go. There's a mod. That's got to come off. Not sexy. Get that off before it marks the paint in the sun. Yep, I'll do that later. I think that's about all the mods I've got planned so far. Considering I might get a fuel controller, just an auto tuner, just if I play with the air filter and get rid of the cap. Now she sounds alright stock, but I'm going to run her in first before I decide on that. See how she starts running when she's opened up. Oh, that hasn't been taken off. Plastic, that's got to come off. It'll end up burning off and leaving a mess. Don't want that. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I'll have to get tweezers on that. Yeah, so yeah, that's about all. Yeah, if I change in there the air filter, that'll help it breathe, and it removes the snorkel. You can get a plate to hold the filter in place, so it removes the snorkel. That's probably the biggest restriction. Then obviously a fuel controller to even it out. If I take the cat out, she'll breathe a lot better. leave the stock exhaust because I don't want it getting super loud. I'm going to put like a racing cap, so it'll be straight through here, and just have the little bubble of the racing cap straight through. Remove the big, it's not massive, but it's probably 5-6 kilos worth of dead weight in there, so don't really need that. So that's the idea anyway.